Hello, welcome to COC STV, Children of Change, Stop the Violence. I'm Paul, 63 years old. Most consider me as an OG, and I'm passionate about creating a world free from violence, starting one community, one child at a time. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into important discussions on the day-to-day violence in our communities and our city. We'll speak on how we can stop the cycle of violence, stand up against injustice. I believe that change can start with us. Together, we can make a difference. Join us as we explore what needs to change and what you're fed up about. Let's spark meaningful conversation, inspire actions towards a safer and more peaceful future. At this time, allow me to introduce you to my co-host, my good friend, Marcus. Please tell us a little something about yourself and how you came to COC STV.
Hello, everybody. I'm Marcus. One day, Paul came to me and explained a great idea he had in regards to spreading awareness about the violence plaguing our community and our children, as well as giving a voice for those that want to share their opinion on the many issues that they feel that need to be brought up. With such a great idea, I felt like I had to be a part of such a great endeavor. We felt like it's time for there to be a platform for those to voice their opinion on the many issues they felt like they needed to be heard.
Join us and help us stop the violence together.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to COC STV. For those that are unaware, Children of Change, Stop the Violence.
Yes, sir.
My name is Paul.
Hey, Paul, nice to meet you. I guess that makes me Marcus.
I guess so. I guess today we're on a little opposite day. Let me rephrase everything. My name is Marcus. This is Paul.
Yes, sir.
And thanks again for joining us on this wonderful, wonderful podcast that we have in store for everyone. As of today, we're going to start with our fed up portion of the podcast.
Yes, sir.
And afterwards, we're going to go up right ahead with our Stop the Violence portion. In my opinion, I feel as though for today's podcast, we have some very great topics that we like to talk about in regards to fed up. At least for me, I feel as though a lot of people, or at least a number of them, might feel some type of way about this. I'm just trying to get it out there. For Paul, same thing.
Yes,
I feel
sir.
as though it's going to be a lot of topics that are going to pique some interest for some people. I'm not going to spoil too much about everything, so let's get started.
Bro, I guess I'm the one picking up the fed up part.
I messed up today.
Well, today we're gonna touch on some serious situations. Our first and foremost is gonna be fed up. One of the things, honestly and truthfully, I'm not really fed up about it because we spoke about this a little earlier on about there's a thing for homeowner. Me being a homeowner, you're a homeowner now yourself.
Yep.
I mean, I know how I would feel. I have to ask you a question. How would you feel? The governor just passed the squatters' rights, that he's taken away all rights to squatters. Do you know what squatters are?
I've just been educated by yours truly, so now I do. But for those that are unaware, what exactly are squatters' rights?
Squatters' rights say that if you're not in your home, say you went on vacation for 30 days, you went on a boat ride, you went to West Bubblefuck, wherever you went for 30 days, someone saw that you were no longer in the house.
Mhm.
They broke in, or however the way they got to your home, moved in, stood there for 30 days, started getting mail in your home for 30 days. You come back, and you got these motherfuckers sitting up in your house watching your TV, living in life in your home. You now got to evict these motherfuckers. The law says they have the right to stay in your home because they've been there for 30 days, whether you gave them permission or not. Squatters' rights. So, as of this week, our governor, he's usually a fucking asshole. I got so much shit to say about him, but I really got something nice to say about him today. This HB 621 law that he just signed to effect, bro, says that if you think you have squatters' rights, you will be dragged the fuck out.
Yep.
You will be arrested. You will be fined. Property owner no longer. You would have to go to court, file eviction papers on a motherfucker who didn't pay you rent,
Wasn't on the lease.
Wasn't on the lease, didn't have a lease, but you had to go and now pay thousands of dollars to get a lawyer, to go to court, to file court papers, to get this motherfucker out your house. Me personally, I just walk in my shotgun and go, you got 2 seconds, get the fuck out while I'm shooting you in the fucking in the balls.
It cost me less than $1 to really just let somebody know, hey, you're in the wrong neighborhood. Get the fuck out.
Exactly. But the governor literally, for the very first time, to me, one of the laws that he passed is for people. I mean, because as a property owner, you being as such, bro, God forbid, man, I think if I ever left my home and found someone here, yeah, they would have to find the body somewhere. I shouldn't be saying shit like that, but bro, it's my home. I paid all this money for it. I pay my taxes. I pay my mortgage every goddamn month. And somebody just says, I'm moving in.
Yeah, it's mine now.
Squatters' rights. New York City has it. If you walk into someone's home and you stay there for X amount of time, they literally got to evict you. What kind of bullshit is that? But Florida, for the first time,
I don't know.
DeSantis, I give you a hand clap, brother. You got my vote this time on this one.
On this time.
So I'll ask you real quick so you can say something. If not,
yeah, I got some things to say about that. In regards to squatters' rights, like, you taught me a lot today, and just in regards to that, I didn't know anything about it up until you brought up this story. So one thing I wanted to say in regards to that was, like, why are there so many states, like, especially, I'm very surprised New York has these types of laws, but why are there these states that give these squatters these rights? They're committing an illegal act, like breaking into your home that you paid for, that you have paperwork for, that you legally are, that's yours.
Exactly.
And they break in, they stay in there regardless of how long, and then now you have to fork out the money in order to evict them. Like, I'm sorry, but like, no. No, like, regardless of what situation they might be going through, that does not give them the right to break in and live into your home. Regardless if you're there or not, that's my property. I paid money. I went through all this effort for my property. I should have the right to be able to go out, enjoy my life, and just think that my property is safe, and then come back to it being the same way that I left. Like, I completely understand that. I mean, for example, one of my friends lives in Brazil, and his family lives over here in America. Over in Brazil, he has a lot of different properties, but for the most part, he's over here because his parents has work.
Okay.
So over there, in order to keep his property safe, he has family living over there for the extended amount of times in order to prevent these squatters from sitting in there.
Right.
I completely understand that. You don't want random people showing into your house, especially when you're not there most of the time.
No.
Like, and Brazil, depending on the area in Brazil, it's not exactly the best area.
Gotcha.
So I completely understand that there's going to be some people that are going to try to find a place that'll try to live in or try to crash for a little bit. It's different if the property is not kept up well. It's different if the property is abandoned. Right. And then they find it and have somewhere to stay. But if there's evidence that somebody's living there and they care for it, and there's food and or other items that show this property is being well kept and somebody's living in there, that doesn't give you the right, no matter what you're going through, to live in there. Like that just gets me upset. And these states are thinking backwards in regards to that.
Yes, sir.
That's all I wanted to say.
Well, listen, let me just read you something real quick, what DeSantis says, okay? As of yesterday, they signed a bill, HB 621, which eliminates squatters' rights in the state of Florida. Mm-hmm. He says, we are putting an end to squatters' scam in Florida. DeSantis said, while other states are, what I just told you, siding with squatters, we are protecting property owners and punishing criminals looking to game the system.
I mean, like you said, that's one of the few things with DeSantis that I agree with. Pardon my language, but fuck them squatters. Like, exactly. That's my property. You don't deserve to be in there. And if I do find you in my property, you're going to have something coming. But I digress on that. Is it okay if I could...
Please, let's talk about yours real quick, bro.
So, me, personally, I'm more of like a media type guy. I'm not really invested, but I'm always interested in what's happening in the media, either movies, TV shows, cartoons, video games. Like, That's what I like. And there's certain things within those types of fields that I'll gravitate towards.
Okay.
These days, especially with a lot of things in media, it's, in my opinion, rehashed. Like it's the same repetitive bullshit over and over and over again.
Right.
And like there's no originality in anything anymore. Video games, TV shows, cartoons, phones, anything. There's no originality in there anymore.
Right.
And if there is originality, it's generic. It's generic and it's taking cues from other things that already exist. Case in point, movies.
Oh yeah.
For the past, I don't know,
Let's
5,
talk
10
about that.
years, there hasn't really been a good original movie. When was the last time within the last 15 years you saw an original movie, an original IP that you enjoyed? For those that are unaware, IP means intellectual property. So, to your knowledge, do you remember anything like that?
Honestly, truthfully, I think one that I enjoyed, but again, you know, it was what do they call it? Computer generated. Avatar was a very good movie. It was a very long movie.
The first one or the second?
The first one.
Okay.
Second one was trash.
All right. You got to get it back.
Second one was trash. I was very disappointed. Waited what, 15 years damn near?
Yep. 15 years for a glorified National Geographic movie about the ocean.
Amen, brother.
Yep.
And then you got the balls to leave it wide open for another one.
Second, you think with that garbage of a movie, you think I'm gonna fork out $20, $25 to go watch the second one? Pardon, they got me fucked up. I was so upset, so upset the whole time I was in that movie. I didn't want to walk out because I paid good money for that. I'm gonna watch the entirety of it, but 3 fucking hours about the ocean and there's nothing really going on.
No.
So it's like 45 minutes of just ocean, a little 5-10 minutes of plot point, and then more of bullshit. And like I hated it. Like these days, all these movies are either rehashes or just not original IPs. Like with the rehashes, they're remaking Happy Gilmore. They're remaking like all these different movies that we from our childhood or
Barbie.
from years ago that
Barbie.
we love. Like there's no stop to how low Hollywood would go in order to try to scrape up that nostalgia to try to make that extra money. Why can't there be new movies about important issues that actually affect us today? For example, there's a big thing going around with mental health. How important mental health is for us and how important that we need to focus on taking care of our mental health. There are dozens of movies, great movies about mental health. Flowers for Algernon, The One That Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and so many others that actually talk about mental health, mental issues, and either ways to overcome it, ways of being more aware about it, or just anything about it.
Right.
Like there are ways in order to bring certain topics out and interesting and get people to watch without stooping down to rehashes or generic ass tropes like, oh, my boyfriend's in trouble, my boyfriend's a murderer, I gotta run away from him. Or I just won this, my life just changed all upside down. All now the people that I care about are come after me. Or some generic ass scary movie that comes around Halloween that's around the same fucking genre for the same fucking topic. Like, why can't we do something original these days instead of like rehashing? And then if we do something original, why don't we actually be comfortable with ourselves and comfortable with this craft and take these different changes, take these different leaps that make movies enjoyable, make movies unique, make movies like rememberable.
Well, brother, can I tell you something? You want that to happen? You're gonna have to do it.
You're gonna have to, yeah.
Because Hollywood has succumbed to the almighty dollar.
Yep.
It's run out. Listen, I talked to my wife about this. Hollywood ran out of ideas because when they saw it, like you said, rehashing every fucking thing that we can think about. Perfect example: G.I. Joe.
Ooh, I gotta know though. I got
Autobots. Mm-hmm. All these fucking shows that we grew up as. Yep. Turned them into fucking movies, like
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Winnie the Pooh.
So Hollywood ran out of ideas. So what they did was rehash shit that we grew up on. And we all sit back and go, oh my God, this is going to be really good because I saw the cartoon when I was a kid, or I saw the show when I was a kid.
And we're continuously proved wrong. It's continuous garbage. Another movie franchise that they're remaking, Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, they're doing another one?
Confirmed they're remaking. It's a reboot. It's a reboot because Disney could not. Okay, this is my contemplation on why they're doing this. After the whole Amber Heard debacle with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp,
right?
When it happened, Johnny Depp was telling everyone she was lying. Disney was the first people to fire him, the first company to fire him, and disowned and then separated themselves from him. When it first came out that he was innocent and it was proved innocent, Disney tried to walk back and say like, "Oh, there's gonna be new Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Johnny Depp's already like agreed to it." And then Johnny Depp and his agent said like they're never going to be working with Disney again. They're never going to be working with people that gave up on them. Pretty much closing the door on that. Like
I don't blame
him. Part of it. And then now Disney's saying that they're going to reboot Pirates of the Caribbean. They're doing this shit on purpose because one, the interest got more intense because of when Johnny Depp was in court, and then two, Johnny Depp isn't doing Pirates of the Caribbean anymore. So now they can't make money off that franchise anymore. Outside of Jack Sparrow, what other character do you remember by name?
Nobody. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to reboot it to when he was younger.
Of course they're going to reboot it to when he was younger, or they're just going to reboot it from the very beginning and try to pick another different actor. Most likely they're definitely going to do it from the beginning and try to pick a different actor to try to exemplify Johnny Depp. But you can't. No, Johnny Depp is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, sir.
Disney fucked up royally, and they should just live with their decision, but like you said, because Hollywood and all these big studios are entranced by this almighty dollar, they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep running all these IPs into the ground until either A, everyone's sick of it, or B, there's so much content that they can't make anything new anymore.
Well, no, I got one, two for you. They're doing Bad Boys 4.
Oh, yeah, that's confirmed. We've seen the filming down in Miami all the time.
Bro. They're so goddamn old now. They need to just retire that shit. Another one real quick.
They're making a second I Am Legend.
Fucking Fast and Furious.
I know they're gonna keep making that one.
Bro, they up to 11. When they did the last one, they sent these motherfuckers into space. What the fuck was that got to do with Fast and Furious?
With duct tape suits and duct tape cars.
And outer space.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, and then they left the fucker wide open to say, come, you stupid motherfuckers, spend some more money. We left this shit wide open, so you guys need to see the next one to see what the fuck happened. And dumb motherfuckers like us,
we're going to do it.
We're going to go spend $20 to go watch this stupid fucking video, the movie. Mm-hmm. But the one that you were talking about, Avatar, bro, I set my ass right here on my big 75-inch screen TV, and I stream that motherfucker. Suck my dick. That. I wasn't paying $20 to watch that motherfucker.
One of my friends wanted to see that. I went as a squad, and it was not worth it.
It wasn't. When they were talking about it, that's all I talked about. Me and my wife, I'm gonna go see this shit. I gotta see it on the big screen. And then I started hearing bits and pieces about how much trash it was. I was like, I'm not spending this fucking money to see this. Nah, I'm done.
And that just got me too heated, man. There's certain things that I get fed up about, but this shit right here that we keep seeing every single day, it just gets me, man.
Yes, sir.